Hey, so I'm going to show you how to make a copy of our final exam so we can make a practice final. So here I am in the American Government course. I'm going to go to Assessments and then Quizzes. And I'm going to scroll down here to the final exam and select it. Then come back up to the top and More Actions and click on Copy. Okay, it's going to ask me which one to copy, and I'm going to select Final Exam. And I can actually just go ahead and change this to practice. Final exam. I'm going to go ahead and leave it inactive until I get it ready for students to see. And then I want to be able to edit it after the copy is complete. So I'm going to click Save. And this is going to do just that, make a copy of the final exam. And so what I'm going to do is, at tonight's live session, if you're in agreement, I'm going to go over the mechanics of the exam. I'm going to explain that these questions are pulling from a bank of 450 questions, and I got that number from adding up each of these totals right here. So our Foundations of Government is pulling 7 questions from a bank of 60, okay, in this one folder. So I added 60 and then 25 and 51, and I kept going down. And this totals up to be 415, but we only have a question limit on our final exam of 60 questions. Okay, so it's 60 questions pulling from a bank of 415 questions, okay, which is a lot. And so we want to give students an opportunity to be able to practice taking the test. So all of the settings are exactly the same. And if I come over here to restrictions, what I'm going to do is not put a due date, but put a start date of, say, today, now, okay, and then have an end date of the 11th at 11:59 p.m. because our final exam is on the 12th. So I want this to stop right before the final exam, the actual final exam begins. And so I'll explain that in the live session tonight. My timings are going to be the same because what I want to do is replicate the final exam. And you know what? Are we allowed to have 90 minutes on the final exam? I thought it was 60, but okay, I'll figure that out later, okay? So there will not be an assessment, okay, because it's not going to be graded, right? And I'm going to allow students to take this as many times as they like because truthfully, they're not going to even probably get to see all 415 questions that are allowed, okay? And so also I'm going to ask that this be graded immediately upon completion because I want the student to see what they make. The only other thing to do, I should have saved that, hopefully it's saved, is make sure the submission views are saved correctly. So I'll explain to students if they get a question answered correctly because they just pick the right answer, then they just got lucky. But if they don't know the answer, then they have an opportunity to understand what the answer is. Okay, so then I'm going to save and close. And so we will see down here that I'll have a practice final, okay? And I'll open this up, you know, as soon as you and I agree, yeah, this is what we want to do. And then I will post an announcement in my course on the news announcement saying, hey, there's a final practice final. Actually, I'll probably put it here under my bulletin board where this is. And so I'll say there's a practice final. I encourage you to go out and take the final as many times as you like and look at your submissions. I'll also go over this tonight in the live session. If you want me to send you my announcement after I get it finished, please let me know. I'll be happy to do that. If you have any questions, please give me a call. So thanks so much for working with me this summer. If you have any questions, let me know. Thanks. Bye.